tell. Why then do I write sonnets for my dad, who barely raged at all as death grew near? Their stately measures govern the severe, more tempered than some searing Jeremiad. But once the darkness gains the upper hand, a little outrage I could understand. I think this one explains itself. This is called My Shakespeare Student Isn't Showing Up. The Prince of Denmark and his ghostly dad exchanged their windy ramparts for a classroom. This new millennium is not half bad, although it also has its share of gloom. My Shakespeare student isn't showing up, and dreary Hamlet's hungry now and bored. He grimaces at his phantasmal pop and fidgets. Neither of them says a word. I don't know what to tell them. After all, the kid likes reading, chose the play himself. 9 pages in, with kingdoms poised to fall, we're 3 sad sacks discarded on the shelf. A little courtesy is all we want. Now lunchtime's almost over. Exeunt. This is called We Cannot Risk Love, and it starts with an epigraph from the poet W.H. Auden, which reads, I thought that love would last forever. I was wrong. We cannot risk love without risking loss. In northern Colorado, months of drought have shrunken reservoirs, dried rivers out, shorn boulders of their gray array of moss. The soil hoards its scant moisture, holds it close. Now something in the arid light has caught a nagging absence, lighter than a thought. Your grief is rather like this, I suppose. For more than 60 years your lives entwined, you bore his least idiosyncrasy. He was not often passionate, but kind, though well you knew how stubborn he could be. His passing leaves deep silences behind, the price of long familiarity. Here's a really recent poem. This is called Tiki Bar. My drink is called a zombie for a reason. I join the legions of the living dead, while at the same time, somewhere in my head, a band begins a slow time of the season. I'm pretty much adrift in scenes like these. On the bamboo counter, garlic shrimp are spread. I could have ordered spicy wings instead, but anything not seafood feels like treason. Here, in the plastic tiki lantern light, edges of things are softer than they seem. A plaintive foghorn moaning through the night hints at deep sadness witnessed from afar. The evening is a page I've yet to write, pinned to the velvet sky, a single star. Actually, that one line should have been edges of things are softer than they are, but you get the idea. This one's called The Image of Mark Twain. A venerable bar in San Francisco, somewhat unsavory, is the saloon, which dates back to the age of the spittoon, although those were discarded long ago. The other night, while waiting for last call, you'll say I'm either drunk or quite insane. I swear I glimpsed the image of Mark Twain in silhouette upon the dingy wall. 150 years of peeling paint disclosed the mustache, the unruly hair. Our greatest satirist was pinioned there, his features unmistakable, if faint. Soon now, no doubt, the pilgrims will pour in, expecting miracles along with watered gin. as I said, is a collection of sonnets. It's my second book of sonnets. And it will be called Sturgeon Moon. And this is the title poem, which is in memory of my late father, Dr. C. Levat Smith, 1927 to 2015. Sturgeon Moon. In recent years, the summers have grown colder, disturbing in a land besieged by drought. On the horizon, constellations smolder. The sturgeon moon seems swollen, hollowed out. August's long dryness puts late spring to rout, and winter seems eternities away. Small creatures leave their burrows now, no doubt stifled by the insistence of decay. We understand, of course, you couldn't stay, your breathing insubstantial as a wish. But something intimate returns today, beneath this moon we speak of as a fish. Your body's ash, still somehow you remain, beyond the scope of any grief or pain. Another poem about my late dad. He was an ichthyologist, he studied fish. So there's a sort of a fish undercurrent, so to speak, in this book. I hope it won't stink like, old fish. This is called Trout. The way my father used to gut a fish, more ichthyologist than fisherman. Such surgical precision sometimes can leave an incision bloodless as a wish. My life was tepid like a petri dish, faults splayed as if in a dissecting pan. My gait, my weight, my not yet being a man, my interned toes when I was 7-ish. Dad split the trout he caught from snout to tail, arranged their organs on the weathered dock. The lobed gray brain, the threaded purple trail of gonads, lidless eyes still glazed with shock. The breathing fish, convulsed, would splash and flail, Dad's disapproval steady as a rock. And I don't know how we're doing on time. This is actually the last one that I brought. This is a poem about a student of mine. And true story, I work with special ed kids. This is called Not Getting It. A favorite student may be best left nameless. His graciousness perhaps a bit askew, does unto others as he'd have them do, and just can't fathom history's nastiness. I'm grateful for such innocence, I guess. His guileless manner often gets me through on days when nothing else in life rings true, and usually his quirkiness seems harmless. But after class today he came to me and I was frankly stunned by what he said, a whispered plea for beauty amidst squalor, offered with absolute sincerity. Why couldn't the SS at least have painted the Auschwitz barracks in some cheerful colors?
Ouch!
Well, okay, I stumbled a little on a couple of those, but I think they came out reasonably well. I don't know how I'm doing on time. Those are the ones I prepared, so are we okay?
Yeah.
Excellent. Listen, thank you all for having me here. I am not only delighted but relieved to see you. Some of you heard this story, but my last reading was attended by no one. So I'm happy you all made it. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's hear it for Robert Smith. Now, time for the real magic. Very nice. Johnny, could you help me here for a second?
Yeah, sure.
And what are we doing? Take that away.
All right.
Anything else you want? I'm going to take this away myself.
Oh, yeah.
How can you put me through these changes? Put this cheap back where that belongs.
Where do they just keep the mic?
Yeah, just there in the back. Yeah, the drawer. It goes in the drawer.
Turn and face the strange.
Stop.